Friday. All right, so yesterday we did distributive property in expressions. And so today we're going to go back to the equations and we are going to put distributive property in it. So we have this little hickamabob here that you were given just to remind you about the steps that you use to solve equations. And so just to remind you, we'll say, don't call me after midnight. And all those little words, I think that's called an acronym, but I'm not a language arts teacher, so I don't know. Solving equations, don't call me after midnight. All the first letters mean a little bit of something. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do, I like to draw my river. And then you have your two sides of the equation, right? Oh. So you have your river and you have your left side of the equation and your right side of the equation. So you have two different sides of the equation and you're going to make sure that all of this and this can be done. So these two things are going to be done on both sides first. You are going to do on both sides first. Do that on both sides first. You're going to distribute and then combine like terms in that order. So I like to say distribute. When I distribute, that means parentheses. I put parentheses, or I don't put parentheses. I see parentheses, and that indicates, Nikki, you must do distributive property before you do anything else. Go take that number standing outside the parentheses and take them inside and multiply with everything in there. Once that multiplication is taken care of, you are then going to combine like terms. I like to think of this as like different little, like I like to circle things. I like to box things. And if I run out of space, you know, maybe put a little bit of that around it, you know, just things that are like, get the same little indicator. So anything that was all the circles, I would add together in one big pile. Anything that was all the orange boxes, I would put together. Anything that had the little clouds around it, I would put all together in one pile. And so with these, when you're solving just a one variable equation, you want a variable term and you want a number term, and you don't want anything more. You can have less, but if you don't have a variable term, well, we've been doing that this whole week. We're not solving anything. There's only a variable on one side. That's okay. And then maybe one side doesn't have a number on it. But if there's not a number on it, or there's nothing on that side, how would you represent this side is totally empty? We got nothing on this side. You would represent that with a 0. So if it's totally blank and all the variable terms are gone and all the numbers, all the constants are gone, then you would put a 0 to indicate to the reader of your problem, hey, everything is missing on this side. It canceled all out. All right, but that's only if everything cancels. Okay, so you're gonna make sure you have that. Then you're gonna move the variable. When I think about variables, this is not like a rule, but to keep me straight, I like to move the letters to the left. Get it? Because letters left. So I always like to move the variable to the left. And so go to the left and you're going to either use add or subtract. You're going to add or subtract your variable term to the left. Then you're going to add or subtract the number. And numbers are to the right. Numbers go to the right. It's not a law. It's just something I like to do to keep myself straight. And again, I'm going to do that with adding or subtracting. So letters pick up, move to the left. Number pick up, move to the right if they're on both sides. Then you multiply or divide. 99.9% of the time, probably going to do division. But you might, in that 0.1% of the time, multiply. But for the most part, it's not, 100%, but usually the last step is to divide. And you have to be careful when you divide that you don't change the order. You always have to put it in the way you're supposed to. All right, so those are our little notes. This is what this means, because on Monday it's very exciting. We're going to have variables on both sides. All right, let's do some examples. All right, so I got this example right here. 4x minus 3 times the quantity of x minus 2 equals 21. All right, so first thing I do is I draw my river, and I look at my little, don't call me after midnight, and it says, hey, Nikki, do you see distributive property? And I'm like, yes, I do. Now, I want you to pay attention to this because look, you see this 3? It's not really 3, it's negative 3. So I need negative 3 to go in and multiply with everything in those parentheses, just like we did yesterday. All right, so if you had negative 3x, or negative 3 times x, you're left with negative 3x. And if you have negative 3 times a negative 2, a negative times a negative is a positive 6. Did you touch this 4x? Bring it down. Bring it down. All right, don't call me after, so don't, and now we're gonna do the C, which is add like terms. So if we're adding like terms, I'm gonna have to make this smaller. Oh, let's bring that down some. All right, so I'm gonna circle this first term. I'm gonna circle that because it's an X term. Now, is there any more X's in here that you can circle? So you have 4x minus 3x, which equals just a plain old 1x. Now you could leave it just x, or if you wanted to, you could put a 1 in front of it. All right, did you touch that plus 6? I think I need to change the fatness on this too. Oh, that's transparency. Oh, this. I'm telling you, this thing, bless my heart. All right, see that? Plus 6, I didn't touch. So that stays a plus 6. So I have x plus 6. Distributive property is done. Combining like terms is done. And there we go. Oh my heavens. This is way too big. Let's see if that works. All right. On this side, did we touch the equal stays right there on the river? And look at 21. Is there a distributive property? No. Is there combining like terms? No. So that side is ready to go. Okay. Now we're at a two-step equation. You want to get rid of that, the one that's invisible, or get rid of the 6? Let's get rid of the 6 minus 6 on both sides. So we're left with x equals 15. Now, are you sure that it's x equals 15? I don't know if I'm sure. So I'm going to plug in my calculator. 4, I'm copycatting this. See how that's a 4? I typed 4. But instead of x, I'm going to insert 15 minus 3. That's a parenthesis, so I type it. But then there's an x right there, so I'm going to insert. So I'm opening another set of parentheses. So it's open, open. Insert 15 minus 2. See that parenthesis? Close it, and it equals. Now, I'm going to give you a chance to plug this stuff in. So you do it. 4, insert 15, minus 3, parenthesis, insert 15, minus 2, parenthesis, equals. Oh, praise the Lord. See those double parentheses right there? Because that first parenthesis is part of the problem, but then that open parenthesis right there is my little insert where I inserted my answer of 15. And so when we plug in without the x, but we plug in with what we solved for, we get 21. If you look at this side, what's that side? 21. Cha-ching. Are we happy and we know it? Circle our answer. All right, here we go. Got some fraction going on. Don't let them scare you. You got your cheat machine. First thing you're gonna look on the left. Do you have distributive property? Yes, you do. Let's go perform that. So 3 halves times 3, if that scares you, plug it in your calculator. 3 fraction 2 times 3 will give you 9 over 2x. 3 halves, so 3 over 2 times 5 equals plus 15. Are we done? Look at this side. Can you combine like terms yet? Nope. Nothing there to combine. That's x's. That's plain naked number. Can't combine them. Come over on this side. Equals. You gonna touch negative 24? No distributive. No like terms. No do nothing. Negative 24. All right. Then we get 9/2 times x, or we have plus 15 over 2. Which one is easier to get rid of? Plus 15 over 2. So I'm going to minus 15 over 2 on both sides. Notice naked numbers, stay with the naked number. Only happens once on each side. So I'm not touching the letter at this moment. So if it has a letter term, I'm only dealing with moving my numbers. So I'm moving this number to the right. All right, so this zeroes out. I'm left with 9 over 2x. And I don't really know what this is, so I'm going to plug it in. Negative 24 minus 15 fraction 2 equals, Lord, negative 63 over 2. These are some gross things. All right, and then last step. What's the last step? Divide. We're going to divide by 9 over 2. Divide by 9 over 2. So I don't really know what this equals. I could sit here and figure it out, but I'm going to let my handy dandy cheat machine do that. Negative 63 fraction 2. I got it. Okay, so see that? Don't forget, when I'm here, I got to remember to scoot it, because if not, I'm going to keep typing on the bottom. Divided by 9 fraction 2, and I get negative 7. So x equals negative 7. All those crazy fractions makes me a little nervous. So I am going to come back to the original problem, and I'm going to type it just like I see it, but the only difference is instead of an x, I'm going to insert parentheses and can I close that? As I type my calculator. So I'm going to come over here. Can you see me? I'm over here. 3 over 2, open parenthesis, 3, insert negative 7, plus 5, open or close parenthesis, equals. Let's see what we get. 3 fraction 2, scoot out. 3, open, substitution, negative 7, close, plus 5, close, equals. You know what I got? So this is on the right, this is on the left. Equation. They're equal on both sides. Excelente there, guys. All right, so we're happy and we know it. Circle our answer. All right, here we go. Got 2 more. You writing them down? You should write them down and work them with me. I'm just saying, it's a good idea. Actively involve your brain. Kind of waiting on you, wasting time waiting on you. So that you catch up. All right, think about your little, don't call me after midnight. First thing is distributive property. Look on the left. Do you see distributive property? Why, by George, yes we do. We got this negative 1/2 wants to multiply with both of those things. So what's negative 1/2 times 1? What's negative 1/2 times 1 times 1? It's negative 1/2 b, right? Negative 1/2 b. What is negative 1/2 times 2? Going to be negative 1. Did you touch the 3b? No. So we're going to drop it down. All right. Look at you. See if you have any questions yet. Negative 1/2 times b. Negative 1/2 times 2. All right. Now, second is the C. Don't call. Call means combine like terms. Do we have any like terms? Yes, we do. Those terms are your negative 1/2 b and your positive 3b. If you don't know what that is, can I say that enough? If you don't know what that is, use your calculator or your Desmos scientific calculator on your phone. So negative 1 fraction 2 plus 3, that's what it would look like, equals. And, oh, I knew that already. So you would get 5 halves b. Now, did we touch the minus 1? Minus 1 is your naked number. So distributive, combine like terms. Let's move to the right. Distributive property? No. Combine like terms? No. So what are you going to do? Nothing. It just equals negative 1. All right, so now, two-step equation. Get rid of the 5 halves multiply or get rid of the minus? Get rid of the minus. So we're going to plus 1 on the left, plus 1 on the right, and that's it. 1 on each side. So we're left with 5 over 2b because we didn't touch it yet. These cancel. What about negative 1 plus 1? They cancel also. This is where I was talking about, if it's all gone, you can't just leave it blank. See, this side, this is all gone, but this wasn't. This is left here. You still have something over here on the left side. But look on the right. Everything is gone. It's gone. But you can't have you got to have something to say, hey, everything is gone. So you're going to put a 0 here. I'm not putting it, not here, because I have that there taking up that side. That goes here because everything is now gone from that side. All right, and last step, divide. Divide by 5 over 2, 0 divided by 5 over 2, guess what? 0. X would equal 0. Let's see if we're happy. Negative 1 half, so open parenthesis, but there's a b right away, so I'm going to insert 0 plus 2 plus 3, insert 0. So I am copying this whole entire thing, but where there's a b, I'm inserting with parentheses and putting a 0. All right, so let's see what we get. That would be 0, and then, so this is 0, that's what I'm getting. Did you plug it in? Just do it. Just pick up your calculator and do it, and practice using your calculator. So negative 1 fraction 2, open, 0, close, plus 2, close, plus 3, open, 0, close. Oh, I'm all on the bottom. I did it all on the bottom again. All right, negative 1 fraction 2, scoot, open, 0, close, plus 2, close, plus 3, open, 0, close, equals, I did get it. See it? It's got that double parenthesis again. But if you look at my original, it's got the double. But I got negative 1, the left side has negative 1, and the right side has negative 1. I'm happy and I know it, circle my answer. Happy and I know it, circle my answer. Oh my goodness. Look at this honker. Okay, solve equation. Miss Olsemack draws a river. I just like that. All right, step 1. Have I changed the steps? No, that's why we made you a little thing. The steps don't change, never change. But we're gonna go through and look for distributive property. Do you notice any distributive property? Yes, you've got 2 sets of parentheses. Do what comes first. So these are first in your sentence, they do first. So 2 times 3, 6x. 2 times not 1, but 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Close parentheses, I'm stopping right there. No more multiplying there. But I keep coming, and then I'm gonna do this. See this positive 2? Positive 2 times 4x, positive 8x. Positive 2 times positive 5, plus 10. Door stop right there. Close it, no more multiplying. Once you get that closing parenthesis, that 2 can't go any further. It just multiplied with that first set of parentheses. All right, do we have any, second thing, like terms. Distribute, like terms. Distribute, like terms. Distribute. It's like a boomerang. Distribute, like terms. Distribute, like terms. All right, 6x. Nope. 8x. And what is 6x plus 8x? 14x. Distribute like terms. Bam. Distribute like terms. All right, what about this side? Distribute? No. Like terms? No. All right, two-step equation. Bada bing, bada boom. Minus the 8 minus the 8. Didn't touch the letter term yet. I'm working with numbers. So 14x. Uh-oh, 8 minus 8, 0, but nothing's here. What are you going to put? 0. All right, so divide by 14. What's 0 divided by 14? That's a divide sign. X equals 0. Are we happy and we know it? I don't even know. So, I'm plug in my calculator. Plug in 2. All right, and let's go back up here. I'm going to show you this again. You're going to go through, and every place you see an X, you're just going to plug in a 0 instead of. So, 2, open, 3, open, 0, close, minus 1, close, plus 2, open, 4, open, 0, close, plus 5, close, equals. What do we get? 2, and that makes 10. Yeah, all right. When you plugged it in, did you get 8? Did you do that calculator check? Because that calculator check will let you know that there's a goof in your work. If you do it, do the calculator check. Use the little cheat guide. You don't have to tell you. All right, we're happy and we know it. Circle our answer. And go do some problems and don't make any goofies. I mean, try really hard.